Lyman just launched two new bench priming tools, AccuPrime and AccuPrime Autoload. We're going to check them out in this video. Hey guys, Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. That's right, Lyman just launched AccuPrime, which comes in at $69.95 MSRP, does not autoload primers, and AccuPrime Autoload, which does have a tube primer feeding mechanism and comes in with an MSRP of $174.95. What's interesting and unique about these bench priming tools is their helical mechanism. So you rotate a lever to actuate the priming process. So we're going to check them out both in this video. I'm going to start with AccuPrime. Okay, so in the box, we have the AccuPrime tool, we have the instruction sheet, we have priming rods for large and small primers, we have an Allen key for adjustments, and then we have two mounting screws. I'm gonna waste no time and get this mounted to the Ultimate Reloader bench. Okay, so I have AccuPrime firmly mounted to the bench via the Ultimate Reloader bench system. By the way, if you want to know more about that, check out the cover of the Hodgdon Annual Manual where our bench, this one right here, is actually featured on the cover. And we've also got an article that tells you how to build this type of system. Okay, so setup should be as simple as sliding in the shell holder. I've got a 223 shell holder here that came with my Lyman MSR die set. And then we take the appropriate primer punch. So we're going to use a small, obviously, for 223. That drops in, and then we should be ready to prime. Let's try it out. So I've got 5 223 cases here and 5 primers. So I'm just going to go ahead and place the primer into the cup. We'll try this for the very first time. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's actually got really good feel to it. I can feel that that's appropriately below flush there. That works good, and I really do like the feel of the handle. Definitely don't need all of the leverage that it gives you. The trick with hand feeding primers is just to get them to fall into place. But like anything else, you get into a rhythm. Very nice. So let's change primer sizes. This could be the fastest changeover yet. I've got small here. We just raise the punch, get our shell holder out of the way, put our new shell holder in, that's for Magnum, and we've got large here, drop that in, ready to go. So let's prime our 6.5 PRC cases. Should be the same exact procedure. Yep, that feels real nice. We're down below flush. These punches come preset from the factory, but they are also very easy to adjust, which I'll talk about in a moment. I really like this helical cam that they've got built into this tool. It gives you a really nice feel. And it's ergonomic to swing your hand around like so. I like that. You can choke up, as it were, on the bat or down to suit the amount of torque you want. There we go, that's gonna be a lighter touch on that one. Yeah, that works awesome. So what if your primer seating depth is not where you want it to be? Don't worry. All you need to do is take the included 1/16 inch Allen key, insert it into the base, and turn the set screw clockwise to increase seating depth or counterclockwise to reduce seating depth. This is threaded at 40 threads per inch. That means one complete revolution will give you a difference of 25 thousandths of an inch in seating depth. So turn it just a little bit for thousandths of an inch, check, and just keep adjusting until it's right where you want it. So one finishing touch that I put on my wood mounting plate is I drilled a 1/4 inch hole for the punch that I'm not using. Hold that nicely there, and then another smaller hole for the Allen key. Now, when I'm not using this, I can store it. I've got everything I need with me. Pretty nice. So I guess that means it's time to look at AccuPrime Autoload, starting with getting it out of the box. Okay, so here's the box contents for AccuPrime Autoload. We've got the main body of the unit, instruction manual, mounting screws, 3 Allen keys for all of the adjustments we'll need to perform, some familiar looking primer punches, which I'm assuming are the same as the AccuPrime base model, and then we've got 2 different primer pickup tubes, drop tubes that have weighted rods, 1 for each, and then clips for loading and dispensing the primers. So next I'm going to get this mounted to its plate, and then we'll get it set up and do some priming with it. So we've got AccuPrime Autoload mounted to our plate, which is mounted to the Ultimate Reloader bench here. What we're going to do is get our shell holder installed. That's the 223 shell holder right here. Then we're going to take our small punch and drop that through just like we did with the AccuPrime. Okay, so now we can see here during this portion of the travel, we're going to prime, and then if we extend this all the way, it's going to go ahead and pull that tube over to load a primer. And what I've got here is I've got the cotter pin in place. You need to put that on first and then make sure that we're using small primers here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take the weighted rod, we're going to invert this. You can hear the primer's falling already. And then we need to kind of poke that last primer that's still in the collet there for the pickup system. And then let's go ahead and load a primer. Hey, there we go, look at that. And then it doesn't spill any primers or whatever, so it's priming on demand. That means we're ready to prime some 223 cases. Okay, so we already have a primer loaded in the cup, and that means for our first case here, we can just go to that position there until it stops. That feels good. It's below the surface. Now we can load a primer and then go ahead and repeat the process. I'll have to say that is definitely more convenient than having to handle the primers. Pretty smooth, really. Okay. All right. Well, that's 5223 cases primed. Next, let's change primer sizes and prime some more 6.5 PRC. Okay, so I should have everything here that we need. We're gonna start just like we did last time. We need to get basically this punch in the up position, but we need to not have the tube covering it. So it's just about kind of getting to that right position there. I don't have any primers in here because we only loaded 5, so that's convenient. Okay, so now we're gonna take our shell holder, push that into place. We're gonna get our large primer punch, push that down in. Okay, now let's see, we have the large primer pickup tube. We're gonna go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, load those primers. Get this down into position, pull the pin, push our primer through there. Okay. Okay, so that means we should be ready to prime our 6.5 PRC cases. Let's see how this is gonna go. Yep. Again, we're nice and below flush. Okay. Yeah, that is super smooth, actually. Has good feel. There we go. 5.65 PRC cases primed with the AccuPrime Autoload. What I also noticed about the base of the unit is that there's convenient storage here for some of our items, like the primer pickup tubes. I've got the clips here. We could put a shell holder in this spot as well, and then also these holes for the primer punches. That's pretty nice to be able to keep track of all of our gear and keep it organized right here where we're doing our priming. Helps to keep things from getting lost as well. Okay, so there is a quick overview of AccuPrime and AccuPrime Autoload. These are available from select retailers and from Lyman's website now, so you're gonna wanna check out those street prices. They're a little bit lower than the MSRP prices that I shared at the beginning of the video. Here's what I'd like to know is, based on the demo, which one would you pick? Different features, different price point, and what would you be using it for? What did you think of the functionality? Drop a comment and we'll see you in the comments section. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're watching Ultimate Reloader on TV and want to take advantage of free resources, exclusives, and hot deals, just hold your camera phone up to the QR code, tap on the link, fill out the information, boom, you're getting Ultimate Reloader emails. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. Thanks again for watching.